Welcome to the FSM Prep Rally. I'm Joe Arrigo, Big Antt.
Yeah, hey man, we here. Where we at? We on the road tonight.
On the road,
They say we based at Gorman, but we not.
No, but we right down the street from your crib, though.
Yeah. Shout out to my house right. I can walk home. I can throw a stone right now.
Silverado defeated Palo 49-7.
Yeah.
Silverado, they've outscored their 5A opponents 99-7, or 14, excuse me, 99-14 in 2 games. You know, this is your first time, and I can say this, and I can say this in all confidence. This is out of all the performances Silverado has played, I've seen, this is the worst one, and they still put 49 on the team.
Okay, and I heard you say that. I heard TQ say that. And don't get me wrong, you had me, you hyped them up, so I came out, checked them out. But if that was a terrible performance, then that's scary. And when they're on and clicking, that's the thing. Because, I mean, I've heard it from a few people tonight that said, yeah, this is not a good game. And the coach got on them. They were up 27-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And it was sloppy.
It was like they were down 27-0 at halftime.
It was real sloppy. But, so, yeah, Silverado got something over here. And like I said, I like what he do. He do it with local neighborhood kids.
Yes.
That's something you don't see a lot no more. You know, Joe was the first guy that started bouncing around and creating this all-star team. Joe, what high school you went to?
I went to Upland High School.
What other high school you went to, Joe?
What do you mean what other high school I went to?
What other high school you went to, Joe?
I went to Crescenta Valley.
What else a high school you went to, Joe?
What do you mean?
You go Centennial too?
No, we're talking about I didn't play at Centennial.
Joe was the reason why high school football is what it is. Huh?
Oh, shit. This guy right here. Now, I'll say this, though. I will say this.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I didn't play at Centennial. I went to Upland, played at Upland.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this, brother. When I see this Silverado team, they remind me of a better, more athletic Centennial team that beat DP a couple years ago to go to the state championship game. Neighborhood kids, well coached. They're also very, very disciplined, and it starts at the top with their head coach.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, you know, we get spoiled sometimes going to see the Gormans, the Liberties. I mean, I would even say the Desert Pines, where you're just loaded with talent on talent on talent. It's nice to come here and just see kids. You know, they got talent, but, you know, every kid is not D1 guys, but that kid can go. That kid will punch you in the mouth and give you everything you got. And this team is loaded with a lot of guys like that. And, I mean, obviously work for them. They won a state title, and they the favorites this year.
Man, I
don't want coach to get mad at me, but.
Hey, man, that 4A, we'll see what happens, man. I'm not going to say too much because,
I don't want coach to get mad at me.
We still got to deal with coach, coming on the show with us. Yeah. Speaking of which, let's talk about around the valley. You know, Liberty had a big game this week. Gorman is, going up against St. Louis in Hawaii. Yep. What do you think about what you're going to see from them in bounce-back games?
I think Gorman somebody will pay for the pain they went through last year. And I mean, they owe St. Louis one. You know, we watched the game. Me and Joe got together, what was this, 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Around a radio like the 1960s and listened to Bishop Gorman play St. Louis in Hawaii. That was horrible.
It was. And we was at the house.
We was in my house. Yeah, that was weird. How people did that back in the 60s?
I don't know.
Shout out to old people. But yeah, y'all better than me. But yeah, so it's actually a payback game, and I mean, ain't Gorman fault that they're down. I think it's gonna get ugly tonight.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna get ugly tonight.
Well, let's see that first. Let's go to the scoreboard. We're gonna come back with our FSM Prep Rally Player of the Game. We got something for him too. But right now, let's check around your top 10 scores across FSM Prep Rally and in Valley. Welcome back to the FSM Prep Rally. I'm Joe Arrigo. Joining us now is our FSM Prep Rally Player of the Game, Silverado running back Caden Harris. All right, Caden, well over 100 yards against another 5A team, and first carry of the game, 49 yards. Man, talk about it.
It was good blocking. I seen the hole and shot through the hole. Simple as that. When I get good blocking, I make plays.
Okay.
Ain't nothing too much.
Okay. You know, Joe was impressed by that. I was impressed by a run you did about 20, 30 yards. When they hit you, you broke like 7, 8 tackles. Easy work.
That's my Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Right? So,
That's what you model your game, right? Okay. Who's your next favorite? Because you've been saying AP the whole time ever since I met you. It's been AP.
I don't gotta say.
Yeah, it's
AP
all
or
day?
nothing.
Okay.
AP or nothing.
All right, so you know when Palo is a big team, and obviously they're physical and they hit real hard. And you guys had a physical game today, but yeah, you were the one that stepped up today. I mean, your teammates, you know, for me, I've seen you play now a year and a half, and this is probably the game I've seen you struggle a little bit more than ever. But you seem to step up. What made you step up and rise to the occasion tonight?
Someone had to step up and make a difference for the team. See, our receivers were struggling, quarterbacks, so I had to make a difference and step up, take one for the team.
Well, go ahead, Antt.
Did you know when you ran that wheel route, they can't guard me?
Yeah. I out there and make the catch, you know. Touchdown.
Talk about the last touchdown you had. Now, it was a perfectly thrown ball, but you made a hell of a play catching the ball. And then, you know, you actually had an even better play at the end, you know, come in, you know, after you scored a touchdown, a little celebration.
Yeah, when my hunt was Joe Rigo, you know, I had to do it. So, yeah, I made the catch. It was a good throw by Brandon, you know. Put it right on the dot, caught it, touchdown.
And you already done something me and Joe never did in high school, won a state title.
No, I won a state title at Upland.
Upland what?
Yeah, we won it in '95.
I feel like
Yeah.
Joe didn't win a state title, guys.
Yeah.
But that's another conversation for another day.
'95, Upland High School. What are you talking about? CIF champion.
I'm from Upland.
Yeah, I know.
And you don't remember him being on the team, huh?
Yeah, man, he wasn't even born yet. The heck you talking about? Come on.
All right, but I mean, so it's you guys are the team to beat. How hard is it to stay locked in and you know you're getting your best every week? Do your coach tell you that, like during the weeks of practice?
Yeah, stay locked in, focus up, and prepare for this moment, and push it. Go.
Yeah, because you know you're going to get everyone's best, but can they handle your best? That's the problem.
No.
All right.
Well, okay, so that leads me to ask you this. You know, you see it when we put out the rankings and everybody is like, Silverado don't deserve to be 3, whatever. And you guys take that personal, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We just sit back and watch people chat. We just let our skills prove it. Let us prove it. Like, let us show that we third. Yeah.
Back to the skills. The skills did a talking tonight, too.
Yeah, sure did.
42-7. I mean, at halftime, you guys was dominating on the scoreboard, but I'm pretty sure you wasn't doing what the coach really wanted you to. So, did he light you up at halftime a little bit?
Yeah, we got it bad at halftime.
Okay. Hey, me and Joe expected it.
Yeah, literally, we said to each other, like, yeah, I don't want to be in that locker room at halftime.
Yeah.
Coach O's getting after it.
Coach O was yelling at us, you know, but we got it right.
Well, what I want to do is, this is the first time we're ever doing this, by the way, folks. Franchise player of the game, you get
It's signed by Adrian Peterson.
a franchise shirt. So, congratulations.
Thank you, Joe.
You're the first player that we've ever given a shirt. You're the only one outside of franchise staff that has a shirt now.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, let's check out the highlights from Silverado and Palo Verde, and we'll come back with Coach O. Welcome back to the FSM Prep Rally from Silverado High School, where they put it on Palo Verde 49-7. Coach O.
Yeah.
All right, man. So walk us through this game. How do you feel about this game? Because I know you can't be you're happy with the win, but you're not happy with probably what you've seen on the field.
No, defensively, I thought we played real well tonight. Federico, that's why he was the player of the year last year. He's all over the field. I thought our front seven played well. Our secondary gave up a ball. They shouldn't have. But overall, I mean, we had a lot of mistakes. our quarterback was a little bit off tonight. But again, we have enough playmakers, and when you have guys like Caden Harris, it makes up for when one of our other big guys goes down. Just like they said the first week. Big thing tonight with him, I thought, with him catching the ball out of the backfield. And that was one of the things that going into the season we were going to work on, that him coming out of the backfield was going to make a bigger impact on our offense.
And Coach, we just had a conversation about winning state championships. Was that your first one last year?
Actually, when I first started,
here you go. You like Joe. Here you go.
Here goes Antt with all that.
Coach gonna be like, I won one when I was 17.
Yeah, it was one of my. No, it was one of my. One of my mentors. He passed away a while ago.
Okay.
But it was Greg Spencer at Cimarron, and
Okay.
Those are the guys that I learned how to coach from.
Okay.
Him, Ron Smeltzer. They were.
Leighton Aney's
they were
powerhouse.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah, but how do you keep a team motivated after coming off a state championship and a dominant last season?
That's where I think the leadership, especially like guys like Donovan Palat, the twins, Brandon and Bryson, even like Federico, those guys have played together for so long. But I think the big issue with us is, especially with Donnie, even with all the offers, this and that he's gotten, he still works harder probably than most of our guys. And I think that's what pushes everybody. Well, if that's the best guy he's doing that, well, I better do it.
Well, no, it's interesting because I was talking with somebody earlier, and they said that his schedule is really weird. He's a senior that doesn't have the first two periods, but he still comes in on time and works out and watches film and really puts in that work.
Like I said, he is the true I lead by example. There is no way to get around it. And the same with the twins. But it's something that those guys have been together for so long that I don't think they would let each other get down like that. They wouldn't. They're just not going to have anybody slack off. And the impression that they're making on our younger players, I think, is a big deal. We had some younger guys step up tonight, but I think you're going to hear more of a guy like Tristan Hudson and D'Angelo Higgins, which will be running backs, receivers for us. And then obviously the young one out of that group that played for us last year is Marcus Council. He said even on a night where Brandon's off, even his brother wasn't having the best of nights, and Donnie cramping up the way he was, we had a lot of guys step up, and obviously Caden took it on. He carried us tonight.
Yeah, you guys, that's the most I've seen you guys cramp up. Like, do you think that they just weren't hydrated, or was it, like, what do you think contributed to it?
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's the whole week, because last week we didn't have these issues. But we were also asking some other guys, Donnie, Marcus Council, Shine Johnson. Those guys, last year was just Donnie going both ways, but now we got a couple other guys. But again, now I think as the season goes, we're going to have some of our younger guys are going to step up, especially in we have a receiver spot that we can rest Shine on, and even Donnie to get off the field a couple downs. But we're starting to pick that up. And I think going forward, you're going to see some names pop out of here, especially at the receiving core that people haven't heard of yet.
And Coach, you're doing something right now that is basically ancient. You're taking a regular high school football team and you're being super successful with it. I mean, I haven't seen that since I played, and then it just turned the corner. But
I think obviously that's the breakdown of the 4A and the 5A.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to get this wrong in any way. The reason we were in the 4A for a reason. Now the success we're having, the players we have. That they've sustained it for a couple years, but that's the great thing about our league now versus being in the 5A. The 5A is dominated by two teams. People can say that it's not, but behind closed doors, every coach is going to say the same thing. Liberty and Gorman, they're above everybody.
Powerhouses.
Yeah, the depth that they have. And then now, basically, too, they also have enrollment size. Now, at Liberty High School, the exterior schools have huge populations. And then plus, you have a guy like Coach Morocco, he's got a ton of success. There's going to be kids that are going to want to go there. And it's just the 4A gives everybody a chance. And I know, like here, in the first week, we had some 4A teams knock off 5A teams. You have Vista knock off Legacy. Shadow Ridge is going to be tough. They got Palo next week. They're a super tough team. I think you're going to see there's a pretty good balance with about 7 of the 5A teams and the 4A. Even on the side note, I go, people that didn't watch Moapa Valley last night, Moapa Valley would be right there in the mix in the 4A as well. They are super tough, so is Boulder City, so is Virgin Valley.
Well, you've outscored your 5A opponents this year 99-14. And last year you outscored your opponents 628 to 128, so 500. You have a juggernaut offensively, but no one really does talk about the defense. And your defense didn't give up the touchdown today with special teams.
That's a special teams coach's fault.
Dang, Coach. Come on, Coach. You a special team coach?
Yeah, I do the kickoff team. That's on me.
Oh, they got to fire that guy now.
Okay. All right.
But no, I mean, even last year, there was games, especially early on in the season, that our defense actually was outperforming our offense last year. We have what I thought was going to be a faster defense than we were last year. We lost some linebackers, some guys up front, but we have some. And I told you this at the beginning of the year. I said a guy like Tau Epenesa,
Yep.
Jalen McLaughlin, these guys up front. I go, they are a special group. And then I can't say it enough. Chris Federico was a player of the year last year on our defense. He was a player of the year in the league. That guy's off to a great start again. And everybody rallies around that guy.
He gets to the ball quick, and he does it with bad intentions.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's a little bit too much, and we've talked about that, but he's around it all the time.
That's old school football, Coach. Come on.
He is the epitome of an old school football
Play
player.
through the whistle.
Yes, he does.
And a little bit after it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking some time out after a big win. I have one final question.
Uh-oh.
You know, no, it's not a question, but you know, we get hit with it a lot on our end, talking about, you know, you guys are willing to play anybody. I mean, and I heard a little rumor that when you guys are going through the scheduling, you guys said, who wants us? And there wasn't a lot of teams that stepped up to the plate.
No, I think, you know, and the way we do scheduling is it comes down, we work from backwards to front, and you know, there's some teams that could have played us. I don't know why they wouldn't, but the 5A schools, I think they also, you know, I think it's also to show that there is, like I said, the gap in the 5A to the 4A between some of the top teams. And then there's a lot of teams that are similar, I think, you know, from the midway through the 5A all the way through the 4A. Like I said, I'm going to tell you right now, you go to the scheduling meeting, there ain't too many people that want to play Moapa Valley.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that stay away from schools like Moapa, Boulder, Virgin, and for good reason. People sometimes forget that the winningest coach in all Clark County is Brent Lewis. There's nobody even close to him. He's got more state titles than everybody. He's got more wins. And that's what I said. I think the NIAA got it right when they started splitting us up. Going forward, I'm curious to see what happens, because, you know, the 4A, the North wants in 4A, and that's going to be something I don't know how everybody's going to deal with.
That's a great question. So, well, Coach, TQ and I have talked about it. I've told you this privately, and I've said it publicly. You're my favorite school to watch in the city.
Thank you.
Nothing but respect for you and your program, and you're the defending champions, and you've earned it every step of the way. Again, I would congratulate you last year. Congratulations on a win tonight. We look forward to seeing you more this year.
All right. Thank you.
Coach O, Silverado High School. Anthony will be right back to wrap up the FSM Prep Rally right after this. Thanks again to Coach O for coming through, and Caden Harris, our player of the game.
Got the first shirt.
Got the first shirt ever. You didn't even have your shirt yet.
Matter of fact, I got to make some more. Shout out to Trish. I need some more shirts.
There we go.
Yeah, mine's stained. Whatever, I don't know, but yeah, we gotta give him another one. Yeah, but yeah, hey, got the shirts going out. What's that on the back?
It says it's our website.
Okay, I thought it said something else. Okay,
I don't know. I can't.
You don't even know what it said.
It's on the back of the shirt. I don't know. I mean, hey, but I will say this: we got a bunch of shirts coming out soon too, so get ready for that. You know, little.
And also, I mean, just because they're for player of the games, but they also can be purchased, correct?
Yeah, we got the store coming on the site real soon, and we'll have a bunch of franchise shirts and maybe some other type of shirts too.
Oh yeah, so if you want to see it look fly like Joe Arrigo, grab your shirt.
Now I'm trying to get some Porterway, gear.
I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, that's what he says. All right, and give me your final takeaways for this game before we get up out of here and head home.
Sloppy play night, but if that's sloppy, then 42-7. Man, hey, that's scary. I don't want to play Silverado.
There we go. Hopefully we got a believer out of Antt, because he was the last one.
Oh yeah. I wasn't trying to hear from Joe. Joe kept trying to sell me on it, but yeah. Well, if that 42-7, They got something here.
Yeah, and you know what? You know, they did it in front of coaches out here, too. UNLV's coaches, Marcus Arroyo and Mike Bruno, the linebacker coach, were out here watching the game tonight. So they're heavily recruiting Donovan Palat.
What's crazy is it was hard to get me out of here, and I live like 100 steps away.
I know.
That's crazy.
He'll be the first one home, but he won't be the first one to bed. I can promise you that.
Oh, no, I'll be up all night. Oh, yeah, I got to go watch the other game.
Yeah, you just got the Gorman game.
Yeah, so.
All right, guys, that's it for the prep rally this week. We'll be back next week at a location yet to be determined. And, yeah, we haven't even decided that one yet. Man, I don't know if we're going back to Gorman. See what else is on the docket. You know, yeah, it could be a payback game, but that's gonna get ugly.
Okay.
I think that's gonna get ugly. So we'll let you know that. Stay tuned and locked into the FSM Prep Rally. Go to franchisesportsmedia.com. Go to all of our social media sites, and then on a Monday afternoon, we drop the top 10. So make sure you get on there, stay active in the IG chat. What do you call it?
IG?
No, the comment section. The comment section. It's been a long day, folks.
What they say? What the young kids say is lit.
It's lit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. It's not on fleek.
Hey man, let's get out of here.
That's it for the prep rally this week. We'll see you next week.